family? Black Feniks checking in with you this morning. I'm going to take a time out just for a second to talk to my black people, male and female. And I want to talk to you about our culture as far as us thinking outside of the box and creating things. We have created so many valuable things that the U.S. use that other people take advantage of, that the slave owners took advantage of, and they got the patents on these certain things, and that other workers was working under certain companies, so the company bought the patent. You know, probably the guy didn't get nothing at all. On some cases, some cases they still, they took care of them, but they didn't own it. And it made me think about, man, we have created a lot. Like, do your research. I mean, black people have done so many things that'll blow your mind. You'd be like, damn. So, with my welding and hip hop 101, I want to educate you on some things, and I'm going to come with a different approach. You know what I mean? So, my approach to this is coming from our standpoint, my standpoint, so I can only give it to you from my eyes. So, I'm not going to try to make things look harder or complicated. I'm just going to give it to you in the raw. You know what I mean? I'm not a real, I'm going to say, empathetic person when it comes to just feeling sorry for someone that's making excuses. I grew up where we just had to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, regardless, you had to make it happen. The only choice you had was survive or get a dick in your ass. That's it. That was my choice for a while. For 10 years when I went to prison, I had to survive or get fucked. So, that made the situation easy to me. I'm a fucking survivor. I mean, you feel me? So, I'm not going to allow nothing to take advantage of me on that aspect. So, I want us to wake up. It's about to be 2020. We knocking on the door hard right now. And we got to enter this thing with a different mindset. We got to tweak it a little bit. And especially us that are awake. So if you awoke and you walking around with your flashlight, that means I can see you, you can see me. We got to start working together, putting some ideas together. One mind can do great things, but 3 minds can do awesome things. And as the numbers stack up, there's no limitations. But I wanted to talk to you for a second about nigger rigging, because I have been told that's what I do on some of my things. Man, you just nigger rigging it. But I'm making money. And I'm going to tell you what, that's a term that white America came up with. We didn't come up with the term. We didn't come up with the name. That's what they say. Oh, you nigger rigging it. Because we're not doing it the way they would do it. And so they call it nigger rigging. You feel what I'm saying? So I tweak it up and call it Afro engineering, which it is. All those things that we engineered and created and products that they stole, you see what I'm saying? We engineered them, but we was nigger rigging it. So they tweaked it and gave it a name. Stoplight, toilet seat, peanut butter. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing a couple of them out there. So we come up with things. They give them names and titles to make them sound more American and steal them from you. So now it's time to start thinking wise, because it doesn't cost a lot to get our patents. It runs around, I want to say, under $250. Copyrights, under $100. If you're an artist, owning, having your publishers and your writers, you can own both of them under $150, under $100. Well, about under $150 for sure. I think ASCAP charges $100, and there might be some tax in it, but you got to pay for your independence. You know what I mean? And once you create something, protect it. It don't cost that much, but it might be the best thing that ever happened to you for someone to think that you were slow and dumb and just steal your little underground song, and you got the whole thing copywritten. get mad. You just smile, call your lawyer. He set up a meeting. You come back with some numbers. You see what I'm saying? So people will play us like we're foolish. But just because we look like this, you know what I mean? Gold teeth, a little rough, may have tattoos, beard, you know what I mean? We gotta be smart though. You know what I mean? Be your culture, represent it, because I'm gonna die standing on my culture. It is what it is. I'm not switching it up. You see what I'm saying? I had many people say, man, you know, if you do this and do this, I don't want their money. I'm gonna make my own money. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna switch it up to be in the, oh, you wanna be in this movie? Yeah, if we own it, if I own it, you know, my people own it. If I got to switch up or change or take out something to do something, nah, I'm not doing that. That's their money. I'm gonna make my money. You know what I mean? The way I feel like we can engineer our own things. So that's what I'm on. That's what Hog On Welding is about. Getting your hog on. You know what I'm saying? If you got something you're trying to do, regardless if it's welding or not, get your hog on with it. Stop making excuses. Stop complaining. Stop hating on the person that got what you want, because you ain't gonna get it that way. You see what I'm saying? If you're hating on somebody else that got it and you want it, you ain't gonna get it that way. Or if you do get it, it ain't gonna last. You see what I'm saying? So don't do that. Grind. Stop making excuses. Build some products. You got it in you. I know you got it in you. You got songs. You probably got some classes, some great ideas and products. You know, some great services you can provide to other people to make an income. But you have to make your mind up and stop being afraid to stand alone from the system. You know what I mean? That's how they get the mass majority, because the mass majority is scared of standing outside of the system. But it's so many entrepreneurs, so many small business owners, you know. But we're like overshadowed because we want the mass majority to work. We want the mass majority to punch a clock, pay some taxes. You see what I'm saying? So don't allow the system to deceive you. Just get your money up. You know what I mean? I done it myself. I have fell short. But now I'm talking to you just one-on-one. We can do this thing. It's going to be 2020. You know what I mean? We done made it to like a whole another century. You know what I mean? Another decade, full decade from 2010 to 2020 that went by. We can do better. So once you know better, do better. And forget what they say. Let them call it Afro engineering. Whatever. You know what I mean? That's what it is to us. Cause that's what I'm about to do. I got a couple products that I'm working together, that I'm working to get some patents on, and actually I'm only going to patent first the ones that I see that got a niche. You know what I mean? That people want. So I make something, and this is something that is a good idea. I come up with something, and then I throw it out in the waters and test it out. See who like it, see if it's worth even messing with. And once I see people starting to bite on it or catch on it or say, hey man, I need this, or then I say, okay, this might be something. Then I work on something else. Well, what about this? And that's just how you got to do your ideas. You know what I mean? Stop waiting till you get it perfect. You might have a great idea and you're like, oh, I don't want nobody to steal it. Hey man, 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody gonna steal your idea. And 2, it's like stupid emotion, and then you wasn't foolish enough to go on and spend the money. Like, I'm gonna tell you a story, and this is a real story. I know a guy had I'm not gonna say what type of company, but he had a nice company that did construction work. He had several vehicles, you know what I mean, that was wrapped. He had guys working under him. They was doing jobs. Everything was going good. He had a nice logo on his truck. Nice. Somebody seen it. Ooh, I like that. What? He ain't got no trademark. What? He ain't got no copyrights on this name, on this logo. He stole everything. Submitted it. This is mine. I want to buy the copyrights. I want to buy the trademark. Later, he get us some mail from a lawyer. Tell him he got to pay X amount of dollars to keep all these logos and information on his vehicles, or take everything off and change his name, or you got to pay this guy X amount of dollars. to have this on. Now on the hood level, man, listen, it would have been some smoke in the city. You hear me? On the business level, that's the L you had to take. You had to take that one hard, boy. That was a hard one. No grease, no Vaseline, no nothing, lotion, nothing. You just was a hard one. You feel me? Bro, this is a real story. You know what I mean? So, and this is a real story of a black man. So all I'm saying is, let's use one another as examples. Because sometimes we tend to think, oh, we know it all. But you know what? We ain't going to live to learn from all of our mistakes. So let's learn from someone else's mistakes. That way it'll save us some time. Let's watch some others. Let's talk. Let's put our minds together. So that way we ain't got to go down that road. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to build my company, get it up and going. Because you know you always got vultures. And then someone tries to kidnap my idea from under me and steal it. And say, hey, now I own this. Man, after you done put in all the work, all the hard, man, hey, we ain't dig this. Take this into consideration, though. This is the crazy part of the story. Remember I said he had several vehicles, several employees working under him. Do you know he could have owned both of them copyrights, trademark, logo, all that. He could have owned all of that for under $500. Under $500, he could have been protected. And he had already spent all that money on looking good. He had everything looking good. But he wasn't smart. His paperwork wasn't good. You see what I'm saying? His ownership wasn't good. We tend to like to own things just because we say, oh, I came up with this title. I own it. You come up with your name. I own it. No, you don't. You have to pay for it. See, that's one thing I learned about the system. And us as blacks, we tend to try to get things off the barter system all the time. But certain things, bro, you got to pay for it. Real talk. Your name, if you really want it, you got to pay for it. Your ownership, you got to pay for it. That's what this country is about. You got to pay for it, bro. It's just what it is. So when we come up with our ideas, we do our Afro engineering or our nigger rigging, as they want to call it. Let's come up with some ideas and make them pay for it. You see what I'm saying? Come on now, let's flip this thing around. The shoe can go on both. The shoe can go on both of us. You know what I mean? So let's start coming up with some products and selling to people, helping people. You see what I'm saying? That way we don't have to be a part of the system. We can help the system and not be a part of the system. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we want to help those who doing their thing, grinding, working. You know what I mean? And we also want to be able to stand away from the system. You know, being controlled. You know, I got a cousin I talked to the other day on the phone. He was telling me how he went to a job interview and they was giving him all type of restrictions. If he missed a day or this happens, or if he got to use the bathroom, he got to clock in, write down when he go to the bathroom, when he come out. That way they know how long he was in there. I'm like, damn. I'm like, man, I'm not going through all of that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go get this thing out the mud before I go through all that. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, you got an idea, you got a vision, protect it, work on it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We Afro engineering this thing. We gonna build some products next year. We gonna stand out. And just so you know, I just want to throw this out there. Welding is a mass growing field to make plenty of money to finance whatever idea you got going on. I'm just saying. Hog on.